Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Do I ever even say that? Do I not? I don't have an intro, right? Hey guys, and welcome back. So that's what I normally do. So today, we need to change that. Today I'm going to be introducing a new series that I'll be starting on this channel. I've started to notice that I get loads of questions on social media about my opinions on really personal topics. I feel like most of these questions are things that you would want kind of a best friend's advice on it, and hopefully they have some insight to it. But sometimes it's just not very comfortable to ask somebody face to face, whether it be about periods or mental health or sex or body odor or anything. It could just get a little uncomfortable. And sadly, the internet is not very reliable when it comes to Googling these specific types of questions. So I wanted to create a place where we can discuss these things and kind of put our guards down, get rid of the stigma of not talking about these things, and I will try to give my input as best as I can, and then hopefully you guys can chat about things as well. So, welcome to the first episode of Asking for a Friend. After a few prompts on Twitter, it seemed like a lot of you had sex questions. So we're gonna kick things off with the first topic, all about sex and intimacy and everything that comes along with that. I am going to go on Twitter and see what you guys had to say. What's your opinion on one-night stands? If you wanna go have a one-night stand or a million one-night stands, you should go do that. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're making sure that you're safe and happy and protecting yourself, you're good to go. I also want to note that it is super important to be open and upfront with the other party or parties involved in a situation. There's nothing wrong with just having a casual hookup, but it can really hurt other people if they're thinking that it's not just going to be a casual hookup. So just let your intentions be known. I find that it's really difficult to orgasm when having sex, but it's possible when masturbating. Is this my own fault, or is there something I can do? It's not your fault, so let's get that out of the way at all. You're obviously doing something right when you're masturbating. I think it's just more about learning how to communicate with the person that you're having sex. It is so okay to tell someone what you want done and how you want it done. It's gonna make for a more enjoyable experience for both people involved. And you can also show them how you like to be pleasured. If you're finding ways to orgasm while masturbating, maybe show them how you achieve that. That can be really hot and a good learning experience for everybody. I got loads of questions about confidence and how to feel confident during your first time or just in sex in general or with a new partner. So first off, I want to let you all know that you are not alone, because the amount of questions I got just around that could be a whole separate video in itself. I think lack of confidence is something that we really struggle with in today's society when we have to see so many images of perfect bodies. But they're not perfect, it's just one type of body. And sex can make you feel extremely vulnerable when someone's seeing and touching every part of your body that you might not be completely comfortable with parts of your body. I know I personally was very, very self-conscious of my boobs for a very long time. Anytime I saw anyone on TV or in movies or anything, their boobs all to me looked like identical. They all look the same. I was like, everyone has this one type of boob. I'm so confused. I have to say that I honestly gained a lot of confidence through having sex with women. I learned to appreciate and respect and adore all these different shapes and sizes and all of that. So why could I not love my own body? It's just this silly concept that we think we have to look this certain way, or that there's something weird with our body, whether it's the shape of our vagina, or if we have hair on our body in places, or the color of our nipples. We pick apart every little inch of our body, yet then when we have sex with someone, it's so funny. I feel like 9 times out of 10, the parts we're most insecure with are the parts that they love. Hey Cam, me and my girlfriend have been experimenting with sex toys, but we found it difficult to insert dildos into the vagina. Any tips on how to make it go in easier with no pain or tightness? First of all, make sure that it's just not too large, especially if you've never used one before, or just people's vaginas are different and can handle different sized objects. And also, once you know that you're using a toy that can properly fit, make sure you're using lube. It's gonna really make the entire process much, much easier. How do you let someone know that you are a virgin without making it awkward? If you're already having conversations about sex, mentioning that you have never had sex should not be awkward. Transparency is key in these situations, and your partner is going to respect you being open and honest above everything. So I think while you're having a conversation pertaining to sex in general, you could just simply mention that you have never actually done that. I don't think there's any specific sentence I can tell you other than, hey, never done this. I think it's way more gonna be a personal situation with you and your partner, and letting that kind of naturally come up when you're already on the topic. Or if you want to just rip the band-aid off, just say it. How to keep things in the bedroom interesting in a lesbian relationship, aka avoiding lesbian bed death. If you don't know, there is a myth that lesbians after, I don't know what it is, but after like a year or so of dating, stop having sex. I personally don't think this is a lesbian thing. I think it's a case by case with relationships. Sometimes people just get into a rut. But in terms of how to keep it interesting, that really just depends what you and your partner are into. There are 1,000,001 new things that you can try every day to keep it interesting so you don't get in a routine. But if you don't want to bring in toys or new positions or anything like that, just mix it up slightly. If you're having sex like on a schedule every day at this time or like once a week or whatever, get off that schedule. Have sex in the morning, have sex in the afternoon, have sex in the middle of the night. Do something to make it not feel so repetitive and robotic. There's nothing worse than like having a sex routine and just knowing what's gonna happen. I'd rather have sex less often and it be exciting and different than have sex every single day and it be like this, then this, then this, then this. Scissoring, fact or fiction? Depends on the person. Definitely fiction in the sense of like what you see in pornos. I feel like those pornos are catered to straight men typically watching them, and all they can understand as sex is like rubbing genitalia on each other. So to them, they're like, whatever, there's no penis, they're still just gonna I don't know how to like explain this without being so silly. God, now I'm getting awkward. The whole point of this is for us not to be awkward. Anyways, you can do that. I don't think it's like as exciting as movies, we'll call them, typically just pornos, make it seem. Like anytime I've seen girls scissoring in a porno, they're literally like both orgasming, and I just, that's not really realistic. Cam, what's your opinion about face slaps during sex when it's a boy slapping a girl? I'm assuming you're asking because men shouldn't be hitting women, women shouldn't be hitting men. Just in life, you shouldn't hit somebody. But in the bedroom, there can be pleasure from slapping. So as long as there's consent, every single thing you're doing in the bedroom, you should consent to first. You don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable or do something that they aren't desiring at all. So that's a conversation you should have with your partner prior to doing it. But that comes with anything you do in the bedroom. You want to make sure both people are fully, extremely, 100% comfortable. And someone might say that they're up to do something, and then when it comes down to it, they might decide that they're uncomfortable. So you need to listen to somebody and understand that they might change their mind at any given moment, and you're allowed to do that. So if you're not okay with it, don't do it. Don't allow people to do that to you. And if you are okay with it, have fun. Do you enjoy having sex with your partner every single time, or do you need to fake it more than you'd like? It is so detrimental to a healthy sex relationship to be faking it. You're just gonna give your partner mixed signals and think that you are enjoying something that you don't actually like. And if you're comfortable enough with somebody to have sex with them, you should be comfortable enough to tell them, yes, no, don't do that, do this. Just don't have sex when you don't want to. It's just, I just feel like that's like putting the nail on the coffin on your sex life, because you're just gonna like resent them and not want to do that. And like, it's something you should enjoy. You should both be enjoying. It's fun. Okay guys, I think that's all the questions I'm going to answer today. I hope you really enjoyed this new series. I'm so excited for it. If there's any more questions you have about this topic or you want to add to anything I said, please feel free to comment below and we can chat more. Also, if you have new questions for the next episode of Asking for a Friend, you can also comment below or send them on social media. You can DM me if you don't feel comfortable asking. They can be about anything, and then I'm just going to be reading through them and getting inspired to do a topic for next time. I love you guys so much. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.